Konnichiwa, Jess des. Hi, it's Jess from Nihongo Connection. I connect Japanese language lovers and native speakers in my online and offline community. I'm based in Edinburgh, Scotland, but I make sure to speak Japanese every single day. And we had a question from Jamie asking how he can play a game to learn more Japanese vocabulary on his own. So I have a few suggestions. There is an app that I've come across. I have some games, like physical games that you can have in your hands that you can play. And then I have a suggestion that you can actually do kind of on your own, but actually as part of our community. So if you happen to be in our Facebook group, then you can play this game with us. Actually, we have a couple of games. So first of all, I'll start with the app. So the app that I've come across is called Infinite Japanese, or if you want to have a little accent on the end, I suppose it could be Infinity Japanese. And it's an app that you play a game and it teaches you Japanese vocabulary. Now, it actually does it all completely in Japanese. Now, I've got it here. It's good fun. So I've just started playing it. So you do have to start to pay once you've trialed it a little bit, but it's worth having a go. I can show you the start page. So you have some categories in there. You just press go and it's not going, which is just typical. Oh, here we are. There are ads in it. So let's go with colors, play, and the little thing will come down. You press it. And you have to press on the color. Okay? So as you can see, there's a native Japanese speaker in there, so you'll get the correct pronunciation. And what I would suggest is actually to shadow them. So as soon as they've said the word, you copy it afterwards. Right, there's ads throughout this. So let's go to number 2. Aka. So I'm just going to copy everything I hear. Ow. I didn't hear anything there. Ow. There we go. Midori. Oh, nothing. I don't know which one. I didn't say. Midori. Aka. Can't see what it says. Aka. I didn't see. Aka. Okay. So that's a good one. If you're a beginner in Japanese, you could give that game a go. I always suggest when you hear Japanese, especially from a native speaker, repeat it, because you're training your ears, you're training your mouth, you're training your lips to make the sounds, and it helps your memory as well. So that's one game. Let me show you what it looks like in the App Store. So I can read that as Infinite Japanese or Infinity Japanese, depending. And it looks pretty good. So that's one way to get some vocabulary. Okay. Another way to increase your vocabulary is to play games with cards. So I have these are story cards. And it's exactly what it sounds like. So you have different categories. So we've got places in here. We've got some nouns. We've got some living creatures. There are some verbs in here. Okay. We've also got some weather and people, different people and jobs. So using these, you would take one from each colour. You can see that they are all different colours. So you put them in piles of the colour, or you can just fan them out. And you can play this completely on your own. Just take one from each colour, and then you make a story using the cards that you've pulled out. So you can do this on your own. You can read the story. So if you say, otoko no ko ga, so 天気は曇りで男の子が好 skip shimashita. So I have to look up skip. So that's a way to learn vocabulary. Find out what skipping is in Japanese. Skip suru, tabun. Or, Kohei sensei, maybe you can tell me. Skip suru? You let me know what that is in Japanese. So you create a story and you can write it down or you can record yourself saying it. And then you can share it in our community. So the Nihongo Connection Facebook group. Share what story you've created from something like this into our group, and our lovely Japanese native speakers will come in and give you some kind of corrections to anything that you have written down that needs a little bit of finessing. Another thing that I like is story cubes. So these ones are story cards, different company, and story cubes. This is what this box looks like. And then story cubes are exactly what they sound like. They are dice or die with pictures on. So you just roll these and then you'll get a selection. There's games detailed in the little piece of paper that comes with it as well, the instructions. So it'll tell you how many die to use to play the game. So again, you can make your stories with these. Okay, another game that I have here that we like to play is Doburu. This game has lots of different ways to play as well. It's usually with people, and on the tin it does say, or in the instructions, it does say from 2 people, I believe. But you can play this on your own. It doesn't say in here. But the aim of the game is to go through and match when you've got the same picture. So, for example, on this one, we've got, what have we got that's the same? Shimauma. So, zebra is Shimauma. So, playing this on my own, I could just go through and I've got, look at the first 2 cards, and that Shimauma is the one that is the same. And then I put this card down and I start with this one, and then I see what's the same. Oh, Uma is the same there and there. So I put this card down and then I go to the next one. And that way you're going to learn all the animals on this card. You can also create a story using these animals. So whichever animal doubles up, for in this case it is, what have I got? Shimauma. So I've got Shimauma here. You can then decide, okay, I need to make a story involving Shimauma. And then you create the story by saying it, recording yourself speaking it, or writing it down. And again, once you've done that, share it into our group to get feedback on the language that you're using, and get your mistakes. Mistakes are good. We like mistakes. Get your mistakes corrected by our native Japanese speakers. Okay, other games that we have within our conversation group, we play things like shiritori, and shiritori is where you use the last sound of the word to make the first sound in the next word. So if I started with the word for cold, which is samui, that ends with e, the e sound. So the next word I need to say begins with the e sound, which could be inu, which is dog. Okay, and then the next word would start with nu, because that one finishes with nu, inu. So the next word would start with nu, which could be nurui. Okay, and you just go along and you have all of those. And I'm not going to tell you what nurui means. You need to look it up. So there's a little challenge for you. So that's another game that we play. Another game that we have in our conversation club is that we will put a word, and then the next person that comments on that needs to add another word. And so we create a sentence by going down through the comments. So I might put watashi, and the next person would need to put probably a particle. And then the next person would write possibly a noun, until we create a sentence by going all the way down through the comments of that post. Lots of different ways there that you can learn new vocabulary. Some ways that you can do it on your own, other ways that you can be on your own, but communicate with other people to learn with them. So hopefully that has given you some ideas. All right, that's all from me for right now. I will see you on later on. I'll see you on later on. That doesn't make sense. I will see you later on. Okay, stay safe. Mata ne.